Greetings, Eric Davis, Haydocy Airstream. We're going to take a look at something new, exciting. This is, I guess, a little bit of the future of the recreational vehicle industry. Today we're going to be looking at the inTech RV Luna. This is retro cool. It's got all the fun stuff that's going on in the industry as far as technology, but above and beyond that, this is a lightweight travel trailer that's able to be towed by multiple vehicles. And guess what? We can throw this thing in your garage, and when you're ready to go camping, let's go camping. So, to start, we're going to just talk a little bit about inTech, talk a little bit about how they manufacture, talk a little bit about what's positive. This is an aluminum framed travel trailer, not just the actual structure of the travel trailer, but also the frame itself. So it's being towed by a fully welded aluminum frame. So right away we go to the weight. This is going to weigh in at about 1,800 pounds. So you have a travel trailer that right away can be towed by, well, small SUVs. I guess the bottom line there is let's go camping. The exterior walls are all bonded fiberglass with Azdel backs, meaning that, well, let's just say from the standpoint of overall construction, it doesn't get any better than that. You have a molded fiberglass face with a full aluminum cap. Basically what that means is no seams, no opportunity for moisture to get in. So really from the standpoint of construction, how this thing is built, like a tank. I'm going to first of all point out, because I feel that it's important, is you have a Dexter axle system. Now this is a rubber torsion axle. I guess the real simple thing there is it's kinder and gentler to the vehicle, certainly kinder and gentler to the travel trailer, because it is independent suspension. Also, from the standpoint of how that system sets up, let's just say there are trailers in the industry that started using this system 20 years ago, and they've never touched that. Why? Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you have his and her entrances. You have some fun things like seamless windows, all LED lighting both inside and outside. What that goes to is, yes, it is set up for 30 amp service, but as far as plug and play kind of stuff, let's plug it into the garage with an adapter, and I don't have that major sucking sound where I can plug this in at the neighbors and have fun camping in the driveway. Now, when we talk about, first of all, the face, to me this kind of has that retro cool, almost Star Wars look. You see we've accented with LED lighting. All of the both running lamps, certainly the exterior lamps and interior lamps are LED. But right away what we notice here is the, I'm going to call this the panoramic window, which lets light in. If we look at some of the guts of the thing, we've removed the face cap here to show you. You've got 20 pounds of propane. That's a significant amount of propane for what you're doing, and obviously the fact that you can trade that propane tank out, replace it, whether you're at the campsite or you're going up to exchange it. And then we need to talk about this. I just lifted up my travel trailer. So from the standpoint of tongue weight, 2-inch ball on your vehicle, obviously we have the luxury of having a lightweight travel trailer, completely maneuverable. Let's take the trailer to the vehicle to plug in, hitch up, and go. So the point is, I love what they've done here with the face, just strictly because of the molded fiberglass and certainly the panoramic windows. As we make our way around, you'll see you have a 7-point harness. Moving to that his and her entrances. Now I'm gonna point out the system which is used on this. When that locks into place, as opposed to some of the hardware that's in the business, You know, you have cast aluminum here, which is going to certainly take care of business. As we work our way around, you're going to see, of course, the his and her entrances as we move into the vehicle. You have, once again, the seamless windows, these very retro cool guards with accent LED lighting, both port and starboard accent LED lighting. 30 amps of service, but I'm going to make the comment one more time about, because of the very small draw of the electrical system, you're going to be able to even get an adapter, plug this into the garage, and take care of business. You have your venting here for an internal battery, meaning that I don't have that big battery box on the front of my travel trailer. It's going to be very clean, and the opportunity for more storage. I have a plug-and-play system here for my solar system. So if I want to do external solar to plug in to keep me in the game, obviously I got that opportunity. I put in my antenna system here. Inside this building with the HD LED TV, we get about 38 channels of free TV. Who knew? But I have a cable hookup here which allows me to plug in at the campsite both a external cable system or an antenna system for my television. I have ball jacks. So the ball jacks, obviously, these are kind of they look good, first of all, but that allows me to stabilize the trailer when I get to my campsite. And then, as I look overhead here, what you're going to see, first of all, is the back entrance to the trailer, which shows me my TV and also radio antennas. All LED lighting, all aluminum frame with some very fun, cool retro lights here. And then with the dual gas cylinders, first thing I'm going to point out about the rear access into this is the height. Obviously, on some of the other stuff that's out there, I don't have the luxury of having the canopy that you're seeing to the back entrance of the trailer. Now let's talk about what we're looking at. Now, you have, of course, a wide open kitchen. I've got storage. I've got my controls at my fingertips here. Notice first of all the lighting. We have the downlighted LEDs. I've got external speakers, so that allows me to have internal speakers, external speakers, and I can vary whatever location I want the sound to come from. First thing I'm going to see is my Dometic system. I call it a system. Why? Because it's really high-end. And I go to a 3-burner range, which then flows into my, if you will, my exterior faucet here. So I've got, of course, that opportunity for 3-burner. I've got my faucet, and then, of course, I've got microwave. So from the standpoint of utility, this really comes off beautifully. I've got perforated aluminum back. I've got a concrete type accent as far as the surface. And then I've got the beautiful combination of. Now, we'll talk about finish. We have 2 options of finish. We have the beautiful veneer work here done with a darker finish. We also have a light finish which is available. And then you see we've got the Dometic. Now the Dometic, the great thing about this is that it is a refrigerator freezer. It allows us to work off of both 110 outlet or battery power. So if I'm rolling down the road, I'm going to be able to keep myself in the game. These cylinders themselves support this beautiful, and they've done inside out finish work with, again, quite a bit of light pouring off of the LEDs. As we complete our walk around to the back, I want to make sure I point out the receiver. This will allow me to plug in that bike rack. It'll allow me to do possibly additional storage for bins, generators, things like that that I could utilize down the road. But once again, just a really fantastic setup from the standpoint of an outdoor kitchen along with all kinds of storage. As I make my way around, we're going to see that I also have my hookup for my fresh water and also a hookup for pressurized water coming into the trailer. You've got a kind of a cool little trap door here which allows you then to seal the system off so that I look good when I'm at the campground. So with coming back to the seamless windows, which are two position, which allow all that air to run in, and yes, there are screens, there are shades, which we'll see as we get to the interior. So once again, just a quick walk around of the Luna itself shows us that well, we got a lot of function, but we're gonna look good at the campground. Come on inside. We're going to talk about what this has in the inside. So I guess what first catches our eye when we look at the expanse on the interior of the Luna is, wow, the cavity itself. It gives me options. If I'm rolling down the road and I'm carrying enough camping gear for the week or the month, I have storage capabilities which frankly are astounding. As we look, you can see the options that present from the standpoint of the interior. Let's just talk about, first of all, some of what presents. At my fingertips here, certainly all of my controls are at my fingertips. I have my Dometic system. We'll talk about that real quickly. We have an AC system, so I have a, if you will, a room air conditioner which draws very little power, but it is both my cooling resource and my heating resource. So right away what I have is, I have a Dometic system which is both heating and cooling. Beautiful. We're showing here the overhead seamless windows. But what you can see, what I have then is the ability to do shades in these beautiful aluminum capped headers, which I think are really kind of fun. As we make our way for the entertainment portion of, you will see probably the biggest feature on the inside, and it is big, a 40-inch television. I understand that we're camping, and that's maybe not why we're camping, but boy, 40-inch TV, and you will see with the setup here, I believe we can have a number of people in here having some fun. Along with that, you have the Jensen sound system, which obviously inside speakers, outside speakers, but that allows us to have our CD, DVD, which play directly to the system, and you have your a great little magazine rack here, storage for clickers and all the fun stuff that you need to access for, and then you have moving into the configuration of the upholstery. Now, first of all, yes, it's a queen bed, 60 by 80. Literally, though, you can put a guy 6'7" in this cavity. So what happens here is I have options. I can roll my cushions up, put them in. I then have a bolster with a cup holder. So now I can set up my configurations. I can put a couple of people across from each other, side by side. I can set that configuration so I have seating for a couple of people back here. I then, if I look at the base of the travel trailer, combined in here are what I call the basement. So as I lift these access panels, you're going to see a well of welded aluminum. So I now have, guess what? I've got basement storage. This is absolutely beautiful from the standpoint of what I'm bringing along with me. Storage undermount, so it's not somewhere where I just have to keep it loose. And then as I work my way forward, you're going to see a nightstand, if you will, with my panoramic window, and I have seating. So I now have seating casually for 4 people, but frankly for more than that. And of course, what's great about these, they are storage units that have these wonderful gas cylinders. So whether I'm utilizing this as storage, whether I'm utilizing it as seating, and then from the standpoint of lighting, I have certainly overhead LEDs, and then I have these wonderful little spot lamps. The spot lamps would be utilized as little night lights or also as reading lamps. And then of course I have the ability to close off that entire panoramic window. So I'm now, I'm letting the light in, which by the way with the tinning, this is just going to help me with the amount of light that's pouring in. So then I can go back to my setup as far as how I am utilizing to set up for sleeping arrangements, and whether I'm utilizing that head to foot, foot to head, or utilizing a bolstered stand here with storage room and certainly the opportunity to do seating, which allows me to put, let's face it, 4 people in my travel trailer. So I'm going to climb in and I'm going to sit and show you some of the other options that I think are really kind of fun. So here we are, lounging in the Luna. Obviously I've got all kinds of space, storage, opportunity, and I've got toys. I've got the remotes for my sound system, for my 40-inch television, everything at my fingertips. But I also have the MaxxAir system. The MaxxAir system controls via remote, or I can do it manually, my overhead fan. Now the great thing about this fan is that it will both push air, it will pull air. So once again, with both windows and the opportunity to pull tens of thousands of cubic feet, both inhaling and exhaling, and with the MaxxAir, what is kind of unique about that is it has a cap on it and it's automatic, meaning that if it's raining, I'm still going to be able to move air in and out. And to have my remote is just, obviously, it's a wonderful convenience. Pointing out here, I have, once again, all the panoramic windows that will pull in all this beautiful light. I have, of course, the lounge capability here, which is going to be great setup for, if I'm doing a, maybe I'm having a bite to eat, it's raining outside, I'm not at the picnic table, or I have the lounge capability, as you see, set up here. You've got all the beautiful safety features. Obviously, you have the opportunity for smoke detection, the carbon monoxide. I have a propane detector involved here, but everything, once again, is at your fingertips. If I'm looking at this as a camping travel trailer, wonderfully set up, but guess what? You're taking a lot of the luxuries of home with you, and you're doing it with quality, the likes of which we really don't see in the industry. Once again, this is the 2018 Luna from inTech. I'm Eric Davis, Haydocy Airstream. We have it in stock. Come on and see me. Once again, you call me. Area code 614-279-8880. You can reach me via email, eric@haydocy.com. This is inTech RV's Luna. I'm Eric Davis. My suggestion is to enjoy the journey, but most of all, happy camping.